Thanks for tuning into my channel once more, my listeners. It's a beautiful day, one that the Lord has made. It's so magnificent, and it's so beautiful that we have gotten another day to be present. The fact that you're hearing this recording means that you're still alive, still have the opportunity to be the best you that you can be. Because after all, our aim in life, or our aim on this earth, is to be our best, truest representation of ourselves. So it's a pleasure for me to share my insights as I get them, because we need to share with each other our experiences here on earth. No one human being has all the information they need. No one human being knows everything. We are all connected. We need each other. We need each other's help. We need each other's support to navigate this earth. So today I want to share my experiences and insight. So I'm on my way to work, and I've been a bus driver pulled in front of me. Here in Jamaica, we would call it bad drive. So a bus driver bad drove in front of me. And this is a very common occurrence where the taxi men, the bus drivers, and these are the persons who take or transport passengers, transport the public to work, from work, school, children to school, wherever persons want to go, they transport them. But they tend to display some high levels of indiscipline on the roads. And it's not only the bus drivers and the taxi drivers that displays indiscipline on the roads. We have our persons with private motor vehicles, they too display indiscipline on the roads. We may say that these persons, they don't show any level of responsibility, or is it that they do not care, or is it that they need to make more trips or transport more passengers to make money? However, today we look at this issue on a deeper level, because we tend to, as a society, we tend to look at the symptoms of issues, and then we draw conclusions based on the symptoms, when really we need to look at the problems, the root problems, the underlying problems that causes these issues, or as the medical practitioners would say, the symptoms, because there has to be a root problem or an underlying problem for there to be symptoms. Now, the symptoms is really the indiscipline in the society, and it is as a result of a underlying problem, and we'll get into that quickly. Now, based on my insight, people attach value to themselves based on how they are treated, how they see themselves, the reality that they see or they have created in their minds. And this is based on experience, based on socialization, based on the status that they're in or they have been placed in by society, because we don't necessarily place ourselves in any class or status. It's the definitions that the society has given. It has to do with where you live, your level of education, your income, all of those things. This is how society places its population into the status or socioeconomic status or social status, class, all of that. Now, based on my insight, we need to look at the root cause of why there is so much indiscipline in our society. And it's not necessarily only with the bus drivers, the taxi drivers, or the indisciplined commuters on the roads. It's across the society. It's with the children in school. It's with professionals. It's where we have an integrity issue. It's with our government officials, persons who do not think that they need to be honest. They do not think that they need to be fair. They do not think that they need to be equal or show equity. It is an issue across the society. It is an issue across the world where there is a problem with integrity. There's a problem with persons doing what they need to do. And as they say, integrity has to do with doing something or doing the right thing when no one is watching. And I find that people no longer respect integrity. They no longer respect doing the right thing. And we need to examine why. Why is it that people no longer, it's no longer an honor for people to say that I am somebody of integrity. I am going to do the right thing. Even when others are not doing the right thing, I'm going to do the right thing. Today, we will look at the root cause or the root problem. And I think the root problem has to do with how we treat each other. The root problem for me is how we treat each other, the value we place on each other. If it is that we treat a certain set or a certain section of the society as if they do not matter, that is how they will begin to act. If we treat them as if they don't count, if we treat them as if they don't, their presence in the society does not mean anything, then they will act in that manner. They will act in that manner, my listeners. So even if it is not consciously done, or the thought is not there consciously, how the society treats its people, it will show in their action, in the people's actions, how they behave, how they act. That is how they will behave. So we have to look at how we treat our people. And I'm not just saying it's a government thing. The government, yes, on a wider scale, how they class, how they distinguish the various groups in the society. They can do more about that. They can do more about the people who live in the inner cities or in the lower socioeconomic areas. They can look at how they look at these persons, how they provide for these persons. Because really, my listeners, it's just about how we treat people. And you know that for some persons, if you treat them a particular way over time, they begin to live, they begin to act in such a manner. So you treat them like they are nobody, then they begin to feel like they are nobody, and they act accordingly. So the bus drivers, the taxi drivers, in their mind, they are hustling. They are hustling to make a living. They are hustling to make a bread. And for some of these persons, they are not necessarily educated. They may have not even finished high school. So for them, they don't see themselves as necessarily making a contribution to society, because they say that they are not educated. They are not wearing a suit and tie or so on. So they are just hustling. So what they are doing does not affect life. It does not affect the economy. But my listeners, as we would understand, these would be deemed as the masses. They fall into the masses, and we know that for any society, the masses are the ones who really contribute to the growth and development. The masses is the ones that are the main contributors to the economy. So if it is that these persons feel as if they have no contribution to the society, they don't matter because they have to be there hustling on the roads each day, then over time people will feel like they don't matter, so they're not making any necessary contribution. So whatever they do also doesn't matter. So if they disobey the road code, if they do if they do not insure their vehicle, if they do not pay their go to the tax office and renew their license, and so on and so forth, it doesn't matter because they are not really relevant in the society. We need to change how we govern countries, or we govern people, or we govern societies, because we have to make people feel like they matter. We have to make people understand that you are important, you are valuable, and whatever you do affects the greater picture. It affects the whole. Whatever you do, whatever your action is, it affects the greater picture. So make people understand that their input, no matter how small it is very critical to the government achieving its goals and objectives. So on the road, if there's indiscipline on the road, it affects other stuff. So if you bad drive, as we would say in Jamaica, if you bad drive another commuter on the road, it may cause an accident. It may even cause death. If it doesn't cause death, it will cause damage to the vehicles. It will cause injury to persons. So persons might be out of work for a while, medical bills come into play, children might get injured, they'll be out of school for a while, they miss classes. So it's a ripple effect. So people need to understand that we have to value our citizens, we have to value our people, so that they can understand that whatever they do, whatever your actions are, it affects something, it affects someone. So you have to think before you act. And as I said, the root problem of the indiscipline in the society is because people do not feel as if they are valuable. They do not feel as if they matter in the greater picture. They do not feel as if they are counted or even seen. So they do as they please. They break the rules, they break the laws, because hey, I'm just here. I'm just trying to make a living. I'm just trying to eat a food, as what they would say in Jamaica, meaning that I'm trying to make a bread, or I'm trying to get paid. So whatever I do, I'm not in a big office somewhere committing white collar crime or anything, but it matters. Everything we do matters. It has a rippling effect. So my insight for today, my listeners, is that we need to find the root cause of the issues in the society and not just look at the symptoms, because the doctors will tell you when somebody is ill and goes to the doctor, there is a root cause. Why they come to the doctor is because the symptoms are showing up. So look at the root cause of the problems in the society so that we can begin to solve them. We can begin to care about each other. We can begin to love each other. We can begin to do things that will benefit each other. Let the common man know that he is valuable. He has a contribution to make to the government, to the society, to the quality of life that we live. He has to understand and know that he is valuable and his contribution counts. So when we are driving on the roads, we don't have to be looking out for the next bad driver, because we know that people understand that what they do, their actions. If it is that you're running a taxi or you're running a public passenger transport, you know that you ought to be orderly on the road. You ought to remain in the line of traffic. You don't overtake when there's no you don't have permission to overtake. You remain in the line and you be orderly on the roads. This will prevent accidents, it will prevent incidents, it will prevent the disruption of people's lives, because you know and you understand your role in society. You know that you're not just a bus driver or a taxi driver. You are a part of the society on a whole. And it doesn't matter what the job you do, because we need everybody to contribute. It doesn't matter what the job you do. You are contributing to the economy. You are making money. You are spending money. So you are a contributor to the society. Understand your value. Understand your worth. Understand why you are here. It is my hope that we as a society, we take a closer look at how we live, how we treat each other, and how we make plans for people's lives, how we govern, how we respect law and order, and how we respect the rule of law. This is Nadria Brown. Do have a wonderful day.